When a bank teller tore up a calm black woman's check, the entire branch froze. "We don't cash fantasies here," the teller sneered, waving the shredded paper like proof of superiority. Customers stared. The manager smirked. The woman didn't shout, didn't plead. She just stood there, quiet and unshaken. Then her phone rang. Every guard straightened when the voice on speaker said, "Put my mother on the line." The teller's grin collapsed. Because the woman she humiliated wasn't a scammer, she was the bank owner's mother. The lobby of Grant National Bank gleamed with marble floors and expensive silence. Lines of customers waited under banners that read, "Integrity, Trust, Excellence." At the counter, an elderly black woman approached the teller's desk with a calm smile and a check in her hand. Her name was Evelyn Cole, and she carried herself with quiet dignity, the kind that didn't need validation. The teller, Monica Turner, barely glanced up. "Deposit or cash?" she asked flatly. "Deposit, please," Evelyn replied, sliding over the check. Monica's eyes flickered to the amount, $75,000, and her expression hardened. "Where'd you get this?" Evelyn blinked slowly. "It's from my retirement account." "I'm transferring funds," Monica let out a short laugh. "You expect me to believe this came from your account?" "You know how many fake checks come through here every week?" Evelyn's tone remained steady. "You'll find the account number matches." But Monica was already shaking her head. "No, ma'am. I've seen this before. People try to pull scams like this every day." Evelyn's patience thinned, but her composure never cracked. "I've banked here for 20 years. My name is on the signature line." Monica leaned back, voice rising. "Security!" she called. "We might have a situation here." A few customers turned. Phones lifted discreetly. Evelyn stood still, refusing to shrink. Moments later, branch manager Paul Hensley appeared. "What's going on?" Monica gestured dramatically. "She's trying to deposit a fraudulent check." $75,000. "No ID that matches our system." Paul folded his arms, glancing at the check. "You're sure?" "Positive," Monica said. Without a word, he took the check and ripped it in half. Gasps erupted. Evelyn's eyes didn't move from his face. "You just destroyed my check," Paul sneered. "If it were real, it wouldn't be written to someone like you." A murmur rippled through the lobby. Evelyn's calm expression turned razor sharp. "Someone like me?" she repeated. He smirked. "Look, ma'am, if this is some game..." Her phone rang. She looked at the caller ID and pressed the speaker button. A man's voice filled the air, firm, controlled, and dangerous. "Mrs. Cole, have they processed your transaction yet?" Paul froze. The voice was unmistakable. David Cole, CEO of Grant National Bank. Evelyn's eyes never left Paul's. "Not yet, son." The entire branch went still. Every head turned. Paul stammered, "Sis, son!" The voice on the phone sharpened. "Put my mother on a secure line, right now." Monica's hands shook. Paul's face turned white. Evelyn tapped the speaker button again. "You're on speaker, David." The line went quiet for half a second before the CEO spoke again, his tone like ice. "Every employee in that branch is to stay where they are." "I'm on my way." The room erupted in whispers. Paul tried to speak. "Mrs. Cole, I didn't realize..." Evelyn's voice cut through him. "You realized enough to judge me." Within 15 minutes, the glass doors opened and a convoy of black sedans stopped outside. Executives, legal counsel, and the CEO himself entered. Cameras from nearby reporters, tipped off by someone online, flooded the scene. David Cole walked straight toward his mother and embraced her. "Are you all right?" "I'm fine," she said softly. "But your employees have a problem you need to fix." He turned to the stunned staff. "Which one tore up her check?" Paul's mouth opened, then closed. You're done," David said. "Hand over your badge," he looked at Monica. "And you'll never speak to another customer in this institution again." Monica burst into tears. "Sir, please," he pointed toward the door. "Out." The entire branch was silent except for the clicks of cameras. David placed the torn check on the counter. "We're framing this," he said coldly. "A reminder that arrogance destroys trust faster than theft." Evelyn turned to the watching crowd. "This isn't just about me," she said. "It's about how easy it is for people to forget respect." Her composure, not her anger, silenced the room. David nodded. "From today, every employee will undergo a complete retraining. Every manager will be evaluated, and any hint of bias will cost them their career." As the fired staff were escorted out, one elderly customer stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "Thank you for standing tall," she whispered. Evelyn smiled faintly. Sometimes silence teaches louder than shouting. Later that night, the story dominated every news outlet. Bank teller fired after tearing up CEO's mother's check. Across social media, millions replayed the moment David Cole walked in and said, "Put my mother on the line." By morning, the bank's board announced new reforms: scholarships for underrepresented students, fair hiring initiatives, and mandatory dignity training across all branches. Evelyn's quiet stand became the symbol of justice without rage. Weeks later, she attended the official policy launch. A reporter asked her, "Mrs. Cole, how did you stay calm when they insulted you?" She smiled. "Because anger changes nothing. But exposure changes everything." She handed him a small envelope, a replacement check freshly issued. "This time," she said, "I'll deposit it myself." The cameras flashed. The entire audience stood in applause, and as she left the building, her words lingered like law itself. They tore up a piece of paper, thinking it held value. But the real value was the lesson, and it just cashed. If you believe silence can shake entire systems, prove it. Like this video, share it everywhere, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from and which moment hit you hardest. Subscribe today and turn on notifications so you never miss stories where dignity destroys arrogance.